Hey, what's up everybody? It's Justin with AZZARO Scents, and wow, have I got a video for you today. You're probably going to be surprised at this one because I found that Paris Corner, their Pendora Scents line, has a clone of this fragrance right here, Wanted by Night. One of my absolute favorite fragrances of all time, especially for the fall and even the winter. But stay tuned because I have some surprising things to say about this clone. All right, as we get going, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done that yet. I've got videos like this coming out every couple days. And also consider clicking that like button if you get anything out of this video, and let me know down in the comments, have you tried the original? Have you tried the clone? What do you think about them? All right, so first off, let me just say this. I dug for my Wanted by Night box for a half hour. I was dreading going into the jungle of my closet where I keep those boxes, and I never found it, but you can Google it. I may even try to put an image on the video so you can see what I'm talking about. But let me tell you what it looks like. It looks just like this box right here. This is Pendora Scents Wayfarer Homme. And it's identical to the Wanted by Night box, except, of course, instead of saying Wayfarer Homme, it says Wanted by Night. You know, the medallion's a little different, of course, but it's pretty much the same thing. Even on top, they put the cylinder from a revolver, so it's very, very clear. The color scheme, everything matches side by side. They're telegraphing to us this is a clone of Wanted by Night. So I was waiting for this thing. I was watching the tracking. I was very excited about this when I was gone over the weekend. It came in while I was gone. So when I got home last night, I couldn't wait. I opened up the box. I pulled out this baby right here, Wayfarer Homme, took off the lid, sprayed about 3 or 4 sprays on my arm. And I took a big whiff and I thought, what is going on here? So I went and I got Wanted by Night and I sprayed it on this arm. And I went side by side and I thought, what is happening? I'm so confused right now because, first of all, the opening of Wanted by Night is sort of a blend of a sweet, kind of syrupy fruitiness with a tobacco, cinnamon, bold, spicy, slightly kind of incensey kind of a vibe. And this one, whenever I smelled it and smelled the opening, there was a little bit of fruitiness, but it reminded me significantly more of the original AZZARO Wanted than it did Wanted by Night. And then as it started to dry down a little bit, this soapy lavender is so strong in Wayfarer Homme that for about 45 minutes, the only thing I could smell was this strong soapy lavender. And then that started to die down, and the similarities to the original AZZARO Wanted, I actually went and got the original AZZARO Wanted, sprayed that on and compared them. And after about an hour in sort of that early dry down, whatever you want to call that, it was significantly more similar to the original AZZARO Wanted than it was Wanted by Night. So I was so puzzled by this. I have a ton of Paris Corner scents. I've got a ton of clones, and I'm buying new ones all the time. And the majority of them, especially, I know Paris Corner has some crappy fragrances, but I wasn't expecting this one to be. So I was very puzzled by it. And so here's my sort of summary, and then I have some thoughts about maybe how this happened. Maybe in the dry down, this fragrance is somewhere in between, and this is being generous, but somewhere in between the original AZZARO Wanted and Wanted by Night, leaning more towards the original AZZARO Wanted. The opening having that fruitiness, maybe was 75-ish% similar to Wanted by Night. But then as you get into the dry down, that soapy lavender takes over the fragrance. And I saw other people online last night as I was puzzled and researching this, other people saying the same thing. And so how did this happen? That one of their fragrances is so disconnected from what it's supposed to be cloning? I would say, it's maybe, I don't know, if maybe 50 or 60% similar, maybe 80% similar to the original Wanted, and I don't know, maybe 50% similar to Wanted by Night, something like that. So here's what I wonder. First of all, I know some Middle Eastern fragrances, they change dramatically, even in the first couple weeks sometimes. And then sometimes in the first 6 months, they change again quite dramatically. Certain notes get way stronger, other notes really start to die down. I'm hoping this lavender is just, some freak thing where it's going to settle down and maybe some of the other nuances can come through and I'll be able to get something else out of this fragrance. Maybe they had a batch where they accidentally overdid the lavender. Why the heck would they sell it? Because obviously it's going to be a real mark on their reputation because they've been putting out some great clones lately. So I'm really puzzled by that whole thing. I hope that it changes significantly, but I can't imagine that this is ever going to be, 80% similar to Wanted by Night. I just can't see how that could even be possible, but I hope I'm wrong. That's why I said I would love to hear in the comments if any of you have tried this. Do any of you have this? And does it change significantly over time? And it's just the nature of these Middle Eastern clone fragrances. Obviously, the quality control isn't there that you have with a designer. So my final thoughts are these. Does Wayfarer Homme smell bad? Definitely not. It actually smells quite good. It smells, it's in the vein of like an Invictus or the original Wanted, something like that, but with significantly more of a soapy lavender. But once that dies down, maybe it's somewhere in between Wanted and Wanted by Night, but definitely leaning towards the original Wanted. So it smells good, and I'll probably wear it once I get over my offense that I feel like I've been ripped off paying $35 for a clone, because I was hoping to be able to get a $35 fragrance, because this is going for like $80 now for 100 mil. And I hoped to be able to say, hey, here is a great clone of this discontinued fragrance that's getting more and more expensive. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What are your thoughts? Have you tried it, etc.? Also, again, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done that. And please click that like button. I'm Justin. This has been AZZARO Scents. Thanks for watching.